Walsh, a 40-year-old millionaire and CEO of a top real estate company, sat in the back seat of his black limousine, scrolling through his phone as raindrops streaked down the tinted glass. His life was defined by luxury, yet inside, a quiet emptiness haunted him. As the car slowed at a red light near a small park, something caught his eye. A frail old woman sitting alone on a bench, shivering under the downpour. She was eating a small piece of bread from a torn paper bag, her hands trembling as she tried to protect it from the rain. Despite the weather, she didn't move. There was something familiar in the way she sat, the curve of her shoulders, the faded shawl wrapped around her. Ethan's chest tightened as a strange unease crept over him. "Stop the car," he ordered. The driver hesitated, but Ethan stepped out into the rain, his expensive suit quickly soaked. He walked toward her, unsure why he felt drawn to this stranger. As thunder rumbled overhead, the old woman looked up slowly, her tired eyes meeting his, and for a moment, the world seemed to stand still. Ethan approached the old woman carefully, holding his umbrella over her as the rain continued to pour. Her face was deeply lined, her clothes soaked, and her frail fingers clutched a piece of bread as if it were her only meal in days. "Ma'am, you'll catch a cold sitting out here," he said softly. She looked up and smiled weakly. "I'm all right, son. Just hungry, that's all." Her voice sent a strange chill through him. It sounded so familiar, like an echo from a distant past. Ethan hesitated, then offered, "Let me buy you something warm to eat." She hesitated, unsure, but finally nodded. Inside a nearby cafe, she sat quietly at the corner table, eating soup and bread with shaky hands. Ethan watched her, unable to shake the feeling that he knew her somehow. "Do I know you?" he finally asked. The woman looked down, avoiding his gaze. "No, sir. I'm just an old woman life forgot about." Her words broke his heart. Then softly she added, "You remind me of my son. He left home years ago after a fight. I never saw him again." Ethan froze, his throat tightening. Her voice trembled, and tears glistened in her eyes. Ethan's world seemed to stop. The sound of rain outside, the chatter in the cafe, all of it faded into silence. His heart pounded as old memories flooded his mind. The tiny kitchen where his mother used to cook, her laughter filling the room, and the night he left home after shouting words he could never take back. He swallowed hard, his voice barely a whisper. "What was your son's name?" The old woman sighed, her eyes distant. Ethan Walsh. He was a good boy once, but pride took him away." The spoon slipped from his hand, clattering on the table. Tears blurred his vision as he reached out, his voice shaking. "Mom, it's me." For a moment she stared at him, her expression blank. Then realization struck her face like lightning. "Ethan, my son," she whispered, her voice breaking. He nodded, unable to speak. She covered her mouth, trembling, tears spilling down her wrinkled cheeks. He leaned forward and took her hands gently, his heart aching. "I'm so sorry, Mom. I should have come back." She sobbed softly, touching his face with shaking hands. "My boy, I prayed every night for this day." Around them, people watched silently, moved by the reunion. That night, Ethan brought his mother to his luxurious penthouse overlooking Central Park. The soft glow of the city lights filled the room as she sat on the couch, wrapped in a warm blanket. She looked around in awe, her eyes filled with both pride and sadness. "You've built quite a life, Ethan," she whispered. He knelt beside her, holding her hand. "None of this means anything without you, Mom." For the first time in years, his words carried no arrogance, only love and regret. He made sure she ate a proper meal, arranged for her medical care, and promised she'd never be alone again. Days turned into weeks, and slowly her health improved. News of the millionaire who reunited with his homeless mother spread across the city, but Ethan ignored the attention. To him, this was not a story for headlines. It was a second chance. One evening, as the sun dipped behind the skyline, his mother rested her hand on his. "I'm proud of the man you became," she said softly. Ethan smiled, tears in his eyes. "I just wish I'd found you sooner." She squeezed his hand gently. "You found me when your heart was ready." For Ethan, that was everything.